Hey everyone, welcome back y'all. We're going to do a little bit of a twist today. I do have my February budget. I do not know how much sinking funds I am going to sink amount wise. We're going to talk about a few things. I've been watching some videos and getting some ideas in my head now from watching other videos, and they just seem amazing. They seem good. They seem put together. My son made me orange juice this morning. So anyways, with that being said, we're going to do a little bit different with our February budget. Now, I do have a February budget income of $4,817 without any side hustling type money. But with that being said, my bills come in roughly at about $2,200. My bills don't really fluctuate as much. Most of them are fixed, but my gas went up, which heats my house, and that went up significantly. Even though I'm on a flat rate budget and I'm supposed to only pay $140 right now, that's not what the bill was reflecting. So I do have to pay a little bit more higher on that, but we just had 2 weeks of sub-zero temperatures and it was not a nice situation. So once I get everything wrapped up and figure out exactly what I'm going to do, because I kind of threw some things into my budget now, and I'm trying to budget a different way. I've kind of threw a monkey wrench in with the 1,000 envelope challenge that I am starting because I do want to move to Florida sooner rather than later. And houses down there are super duper expensive, y'all. Like, I'm looking in the $400,000 to $550,000 range. So it's not a joke at where I'm looking at in Orlando. $4,817 minus $2,200 with bills and things of that nature. That is not even groceries. That's not putting anything to sinking funds. None of that nature. That's just my fixed income bills. I have $2,617 left over. So I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to budget $2,617. I've got a couple of things I want to talk about. I want to talk about my upcoming move to Florida. We don't know when it's going to happen. I want to let you know what's going on with our income. I'm going to let you in a little bit on my husband's side of things because I really want to just talk to you guys about that. I've not really talked about it on the channel. It's kind of a situation that I think I've mentioned it once and that's about it. But I'm going to go ahead and talk about it because I'm seeing a lot of YouTubers in the budgeting world that are coming on saying, hey, this is what I'm making for the year. This is what my goal is. And a lot of people do have a goal to buy a house. And so I guess I'm within that realm. There are others who have been previous house owners and they're back to renting for whatever purpose, or maybe they're wanting to move and get a different house, downsizing, upsizing, things of that nature. I was under the impression that I was going to be downsizing quite a bit because I have 3 teenagers currently in my house now. Philip just turned 13 last week. Jessica turned 14 yesterday. Thank you all for the birthday wishes for Philip and Jessica. I appreciate it. And Daniel will be turning 15 in April. So I'm going to be an empty nester soon. My son will tell you, he's sitting over here off to the left-hand side. He is always going to live with me. He will work, but he will live with me because that's just how he is. So you know that my monthly income is $4,817. But if you take that and multiply it times 12, and this is after taxes and all that stuff's taken out, I make roughly, basically, a flat $57,804. That is just my total income. And it seems like a lot, but let me tell you, that is just like pennies. That is like peanuts. It's not a lot, y'all. It's not a lot. It does not give me a lot of wiggle room either. So that is what it is currently right now. No side hustles, no me going back to work, full-time in the community. I do have 2 degrees as well. So when you get to Florida, I am really looking at possibly going back into the workforce. It will be most likely on the military, civilian side now of things. But that's what I'm planning on thinking about doing. Now, that is what that is. And so I will get with you guys and let you guys know what is going to be happening with my sinking funds because I haven't put them into play. The reason I have not put them into play is because I went and threw a monkey wrench into my ideas. I want to do, and I've showed this before, y'all, the 1,000 envelope challenge. Now, I do have it, like I said, in my laminated version on Etsy. I mentioned that before in another video. But I went ahead and printed it out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw this up on Etsy as well as a printable So it's cheaper and things of that nature because not everybody wants laminated items. I get you on there. So I am going to do the 1,000 envelope challenge. This is going to take a long, long time to complete. It's envelopes 1 through 1,000. It's kind of like the 100 envelope challenge, but much, much larger. This one will gain you $500,500. Yeah, it looks unobtainable. I'm agreeing with that. But looking at the houses in Florida, the ranges I'm looking at are anywhere from $415,000, $419,000 up to $550,000. Thinking I was going to go small, wanting a tiny house, I have flipped the script. I want to move to Orlando, Florida. I've told you guys that a couple of times. And I want to go ahead and get a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath house. I want a huge backyard, fenced in, of course, because I have 4 Chihuahuas. You all know, Jaya, Tucker, Bella, and Romeo. But they're only a 4-pack. When I moved to Florida, I plan to turn it into a 6-pack. My mom currently has another Chihuahua that is mine that has a lot of medical issues, and her name is Sissy, and she'll be living with us, and then I will be moving in a 6th Chihuahua, which will be another male. So I'll literally have 3 girls and 3 boys on top of 3 teenagers. Please help me. So with that being said, we got dreams, we got goals. I want 4 bedrooms, as I said, 2.5 bath, fenced in backyard. I want a kitchen on the outside of my back porch that we can grill because we like to grill a lot. And then my kids love grilled foods. And I want to move to a warmer climate. I am so tired of being in a climate right now where 5 minutes, just wait 5 or 10 minutes and the weather will change 10 or 20 degrees in either direction. The state of Missouri really is the state of misery, and we do call that here. So Florida is our end game. That's where we want to be. That's where I'm going to take us. And hopefully it will be in a shorter matter of time rather than a later matter of time. So here's what I did. I was going to put it in my wish binder. Now, I made a mistake, y'all. So I need to backtrack and I need to talk. The wish binder, I was under the impression that the packet I was showing you for my wish binder is, these were A5, including the tab dividers and all that. I made the mistake. They are A6. I am now just really starting to learn about different sizes of binders. So with that being said, my apologies. Scrapped what I said. The A5 fits in A6. That is incorrect. Now, they do have 6 little holes too, just like this, but they're much larger. And here's what I can show you. This is A5. This is A6. See the difference, y'all? There is a difference. There's a difference where the holes are at just slightly, but much different sizes. So I apologize. That is in the wish binder. All those items are A5 size. So, oops, my bad, my mistake. So I wanted to clear that up. But I did bring out my custom bedtime bear, which is my favorite Care Bear on the planet. Y'all, I like to sleep. I got this from Crafted by Free over on Etsy. I told her I wanted bedtime bear. I don't care which way you put him on. Just put him on an A5 binder. And I got this a long time ago. And y'all, it's been collecting dust up with my vintage Care Bears. So I am a Care Bear collector. I am a Winnie the Pooh collector. I am a Smurfs collector. I do have my Popples. And I also have my Short Tails. I don't know if anybody remembers that cartoon long time ago. So I love all my stuffed animals. Just kind of kid that I was and really love them. So with that being said, I could have made a wish binder. I could have said, hey, make me wish bear. But no, I went with bedtime bear because, y'all, I like to sleep. I'm not going to lie. I'm a morning person, but I like to sleep. So in this binder, I do have some A5 paper. Now, I am not going to be doing lined paper very much anymore. Here's part of the problem. With my eye condition that I was born with, which is retinitis pigmentosa, I was born with it when I was younger. It didn't come on till later in my 30s. I got super lucky about it, right? And just so you know, if you have one of these binders and couldn't figure out how to get these rings open, because for the longest time I could not figure until I talked to Free and was like, how do you do it? Pull one down, pull one up, pull apart. It's super simple. It took me forever. I almost got some needle nose pliers one day because I couldn't figure out how to do it. So pull this one down, this one up, and pull apart at the same time, and they pop right open. I am taking these card sleeves. These are A5 card sleeves, double-sided pockets so they don't run together, the money. And I am turning this into my 1,000 envelope challenge binder. Now this will only hold about 30 at a time. I did get a pack of 50. Once I complete all 50 of the envelopes, because I'll have to put more in here afterwards, or I'll just have to just revise it, put it in the bank, and then add more. When I complete all 50 sheets, each sheet has 4 on one side, 4 on the other, and there is a little divider inside there automatically built in, so your money doesn't mix between the front and the back. It will literally net me $80,200 between the first 400 envelopes, okay? So just imagine the first 400 envelopes in the 1,000 envelope challenge is going to net me $80,200, y'all. So as I was saying, I have retinitis pigmentosa. I'm having a very, very hard time with outlining, shaping, and shadowing. I'm really starting to lose it quite a bit. It's gotten to the point I can't even flip an egg by myself. I can't see the egg. I'm not willing to stick my hand in there and burn my hand trying to flip an egg. So I've gotten different devices in the kitchen. Just different cooking devices that make things a lot easier in life for myself. Now, like I said, I'm only going to put the first 30 in here, even though I got a pack of 50, because they won't all fit in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and get these put in here. So here's my dream, y'all. 4-bedroom house, master on the main floor, eat-in kitchen, a huge back porch that leads out to a massive backyard for my Chihuahuas. I do plan to go ahead and make them a Chihuahua paradise. I want to put some running ramps up where they can run up and down onto platforms. I want to put some tunnels in the backyard. I want a full-on raised garden in the back. I do plan to get fruit trees, already mature fruit trees that are giving off fruit. I'm not about to wait for a year or two for fruit to come in. I'm going to get them from a nursery, a special nursery. I want oranges, lemons, limes, apples, things of that nature, things you can grow in Florida. And because the weather is different down there, I should be able to grow a lot of vegetables year round. That's going to help a lot with my prepping. My prepping has not been going really well. The reason for this is the fact that, y'all, I haven't really been prepping. I'm not going to lie. I am eating down our refrigerator and freezers and our shelving for a while, and we're not even making that much of a dent really in it, surprisingly. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but my prepper channel has been really starving right now, because if I'm not prepping, I got nothing to show you, right? So I'm thinking about changing that channel, finally going ahead and changing it. I'm still going to be a prepper, but all I do is show you the same things over and over again for the most part. Not always, but for a lot, we prep the same way. So my prepping methods don't really change. Some of my items are going to change in how I prep, but not all. It's just how I prep my freezers are going to change is really what's going to happen. So I'm thinking about changing that channel completely. I did tell you guys that I'm jumping on board with a new channel of a lifestyle. I do have to lose weight. Y'all know this. Y'all know this. So I do plan to flip that channel probably today or tomorrow. So if you are on my prepping channel, I apologize. It's no longer going to be prepping, and I'm going to lose thousands of subscribers. I know. I'm probably going to lose several thousand, but you know what? I've got to do what meets my needs and the needs that I am working in, and we are always changing. Just like we change budgets, y'all, and things happen for the good or for the worse, we are always changing. You know, things can change at the blink of an eye, and if you have to move on to a new genre of things, then you move on to a new genre of things, and you just take your losses and you just keep up with it. So with that being said, that channel is going to be changing, the whole name, the whole aspect, everything about it. And like I said, if you don't want to watch that channel because of the new content that's going to be flipped to, and it's a whole new content, by all means, I'm fine with that. Okay, so we've got 30 four-sided double sleeves in here, and this is going to be for the first 30 times 120 envelopes. For the first 120 envelopes, 30 times 4, yeah, it's 4, 8, 12. That's 120. The first 120 envelopes will be in here. Alexa, what is the what do you call? Alexa, what is the sum of the numbers 1 through 120? Let's see if she gets it. No, it didn't do it right. Philip, see if you can find that for me. I did throw some line paper in here, but like I'm saying, because I have issues with writing on lines now, and I'm starting to lose my outlining, shadowing, and shaping with the retinized pigmentosa that I was born with, I'm probably going to go to A5 unlined paper, just something that I can doodle down if I need to, because I can't really stay within lines. You guys have seen that on my channel. I'm quite certain you're like, oh my gosh, look at her budget, and she can't even write within the lines. I can't do it anymore. It's just not something that is possible at the time anymore for me to do. So I've got to look for new methods and new ways to kind of get my budget back out here without having the difficulties of trying to stay in line. So this now has become my 1,000 envelope challenge to pay off a house down in Florida. It's going to take years, y'all. There's no joke. I also have got here shortly some IOU cards, because I want to talk about this, because I've had somebody message me over on Etsy and said that she would really like to do this, but there's no way that she can do this amount. And she just actually reached out to me personally, which I thought was really sweet. But here's the deal. When you get to the bigger numbers in here, and I don't know what bigger numbers is for other people. I see a lot of YouTubers saying they're low income, and low income is a personal statement. What one person thinks is low income, another person thinks, that's not low income. So I never put low income on my channel. We'll talk about my husband's income here in a minute, because I want to bring that up as well. But when you get back here and you're working on pretty hefty numbers, let's go more towards the back here. Like back in here, if you could only throw $5 or $6 or 15 or 20 or 50 or 100 or whatever the number is, I am going to include the IOU card in there. And it's not going to say IOU. It's a laminated. I've come up with the option of doing a laminated 3x5 index card or a 4x6 index card. And it's just going to be laminated, so you could just write the amount that you owe as you are doing this. For example, if you owe $100 left on one of these icons, well, you just keep putting what you owe, erase it, put the next number in, and just keep working towards that number. That goes with any savings challenge that you want to do, because even if you're low income and you want to do a higher savings challenge, y'all, let me explain something. You can do any savings challenge. There is no time span or time frame in which you need to do a challenge. You don't need to go and look at somebody else's budget online and say, yeah, I wish I had that amount. Well, there's a lot of budgets out there I wish I had, but I don't have. I work with what I have. And that's what I'm telling everybody. Work with what you have. And if you think the challenge is too big, get yourself an index card. Get yourself a laminated index card and write how much money you have. Like if you're doing like the 100 envelope challenge and you're at the very end and you're at the 90 mark and you're trying to put $90 in, but that week you can only put 20. Put 20 in, and now 90 just became erase whatever was in the card, or if there wasn't anything on the card, you put in 20. So now you've got $70 left to go. So you write 70. Maybe next week you can only put 5. You put 5 in. Now you're down to owing 65. You see my concept here? You can do any challenge. Doesn't matter how big, how small. Doesn't matter your income. You can do any challenge that you want. You just do it on your personal time and how much you can add in. You don't have to fill in the icon every single time. If you don't have that amount of money, you don't put it in. Don't stretch yourself thin. It's just not worth it. It really isn't worth the hassle. It isn't worth the stress and or headache. So this has become my 1,000 envelope challenge now, binder, and I absolutely, absolutely love it. Let's talk about my husband's income, because I don't really speak upon that right now. Y'all, fingers are so super crossed that he makes it here this year. This is going to be a huge game changer in our situation, providing he makes it here. There should be no reason why. We are at the tail end. I am paying off the last of the visa tomorrow, literally on February 2nd. I'm not even joking. This is epic. There should be no reason he shouldn't come, because bottom line is this. They're letting people illegally into our country, and they're not even being tracked. They're not being given court dates, and I'm not saying anything bad against that. I'm just stating the facts. We have paid for a visa. We have been together for 6 years. We can prove everything. There is no reason they should be denying him, okay? Because I make above what I need to make. I think I need to make $32,000, and you just saw what my total is what I make every single year. I just make just under $60,000 basically. So him coming over here, him working out of the state of Florida, because that's what our goal is to work out of the state of Florida, as an over-the-road truck driver. Okay, he is going to be an over-the-road truck driver. Yes, as an over-the-road truck driver, he will make an average of $2,500, or give or take a little bit up or down, per week. We're looking at about $10,000 before taxes. Now, obviously, they always have options for overtime. So with that being said, if he accepts overtime, which he is a worker, he is a workaholic, we know that there's going to be taxes subtracted from that. So even if you took $10,000 and take all the extra overtime and use that towards taxes, and say, let's say he clears $10,000. He clears $10,000 and I clear what I clear, we're going to be making over $14,800 per month. And that's a pretty good chunk of money, where a lot of it's going to be thrown at a house because we live simple lives. My husband is from a third world country, and with that, they don't make as much over there. Not at all. So he's used to living on a lower income. I'm used to being a minimalist as much as possible. Not in my way of clothing or my Care Bears and things of that nature, but in my house. I could literally pack my house and be out of my house in under 6 hours. And I'm talking military packing. I'm not talking throwing things in a box and marking it junk. I mean packing appropriately and properly. So with that being said, we are going to be throwing huge amounts of money at this binder. As soon as he is over here, we are established in Florida, and he is rolling. It won't take him very long to roll by any means, with a green card obviously already in hand, and be working. So with that being said, that is what we're going to be doing. That is our game plan. That is where we want to live. That is our income. And we're looking at basically a little over $157,000 per year, which would really, really help us out right now with our income. We're both very much understanding about saving and needing to save. I told you all this was a year of savings for us. Yes, there are still things I need to buy in the house. Yes, there are still things I want to get for my kids, and I'm still going to do that. I'm not going to push that aside. But this year and moving forward is saving, saving, saving. Breaking that goal of actually owning our own house clear and free. Being able to live in the state in which we want to live. I am 47 years old. My husband just turned 26 2 weeks before my birthday. So he's got a lot longer span in life, hopefully, to live than I do. But I am coming into my middle-aged years now, and I need that security and peace of mind that we have a house that's clear and free. I need the security and peace of mind that my kids are in a better situation and that they flourish and that they're able to become independent individuals and have successful lives themselves. I want my Chihuahuas to have the best life possible. All 4 of my Chihuahuas are rescue Chihuahuas who have had horrific, terrible, abusive lives before we got them. And I'm not about to let that, stay in their minds anymore. They should never have that, had that happen. And, a lot of people will say it, and so will I. There is a special place in hell for people who do things like that to animals. But my dogs have had great lives since they've been with us. They are absolutely spoiled, rotten, and they'll continue to be. So, with that being said, Romeo, calm down. He's a With that being said, this is what we have for you today. Yes, it was a chatty video. There was a little bit of a budget update. I don't know what I'm doing for sinking funds yet because I threw a monkey wrench into my plan by adding on the 1,000 envelope challenge, but this is what we're going to work our way to. We still have my Capricorn binder that I am definitely going to keep sticking money in because, we still need to pay for pets. I still need to pay for kids. Those categories don't change, but there's going to be a heavy, heavy focus on the 1,000 envelope challenge moving forward. So in my first cash stuffing, I'm going to start stuffing the 1,000 envelope challenge much heavier than my sinking funds. My sinking funds are still there, and they're still going to be accumulating money because I still need to pay for things. I mean, those don't go away just because I want to start a new challenge. But other than those sinking funds, this is the only challenge that I'm going to be working on from here on out. And we're going to get our butts moved to Florida ASAP. If you have any questions, you have any comments, concerns, and or suggestions, please always feel free to either go into my description box and email me privately. I have my email address in there. I have my Instagram that you can message me on. You can throw comments at me down below. You can throw suggestions if you like. I'm not against anybody who says, I don't know if you could do this. you know, if you want to do, you know, some criticism, just keep it in the positive sense, you know, and I don't have a problem with looking at what people think I might need to do instead of this or that. Or if maybe you have a different idea, that'd be great too. But that's what's going on. There's our dreams. There's what's going on. There is me and my husband's income for a full year. I didn't break it down like a lot of other YouTubers do because I haven't had a chance to do that yet. But I wanted to jump this on board. I wanted to pull it from my wish binder and actually give it its own home, because my wish binder needs to be for wishes and wish lists. It doesn't need to be for the home. The home is on my wish list, but that's a big item to fill, and it's something I need to have in its own housing. So now my Care Bear binder has become the wish binder. So when Bedtime Bear goes to sleep, he dreams, and so do I. So anyways, we'll catch you in the next video. Until then, we are out, but just remember that the cash stuffing is up and around the corner. I just don't know exactly what I'm cash stuffing yet. I haven't gotten that far, but we're there. It's February 1st, y'all. We'll catch you in the next video. Without Limits is out.